As you can see, Juan is not able to be with us today. Mr. Castillo, he is at a very emotional moment. His sister got in today as an RN, so he's at her graduation. So he wanted to extend his apology that he's not able to attend today. Roll call, please.
Juan Castillo, President. Lorena Delgadillo, Clerk.
Present.
Christina Clark, Member.
Present.
Luisa Arriola, Member.
Present.
Gladys Anaya, Member.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. We'll go on to 2.1, retiree recognition celebration.
Good evening, board members and members of our community. Tonight, we would like to begin our meeting by celebrating an extraordinary group of individuals that have been in our district for many, many years. And it is an appropriate time to bring them on to our board meeting to not only celebrate among your peers, but also by our community. Within them, we have individuals that worked with us for 10 years, 25 years, and almost 30 years. Which is amazing, and just the way some of our principals were hugging them is because this is a big family and they're here and they've been together for many years, so we really appreciate all the work and dedication that you've given to the Somerton family. So what we're gonna do is we're going to ask the retiree immediate supervisor or principal to come forward to the podium. We'll go one by one so that you can say some beautiful words and help us give them a commemorative clock. And then we'll take a nice little picture, all right? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with Mr. Jorge, so that he can recognize Patricia. And then board members, if we can stand in front of the dais so that we can recognize them.
Do you have the flowers? Kim, the flowers?
I got an report, so that you can see some words.
Buenas tardes, good afternoon, everyone. Patty, I met Patty back in 1999, 27 years ago. Okay. She has been here 27, and as a director, I mean, like almost 18 years, going on 19, I'm sorry. And all I can say, she's exceptional. I never had an issue with her at all. Not even a single one. Honestly, so I'm gonna say I wish all the employees could be like that. Yeah, why not? Because she deserves that. That's all I have to say. We never had a problem. You can say something. Yeah, ¿te quieres decir algo?
No, pues muchas gracias a todos, trabajé muy a gusto y quiero darles las gracias a todos. ¿Listo?
Yo quiero decir unas palabras de Patricia. Yo a Patricia la conozco on a personal level. Es parte de la familia de mi cuñada y es una excelente persona y tiene un cariño y un amor por lo que hace y siempre se le notó. Ella me conoce desde cuando yo estaba chiquitito de este tamaño. Así es que it's very nice to see how, you know, cycles evolve and close. So, felicidades para ti. Now I'm going to have Ms. Laura Rosario come forward from our Director for Finance, to come and recognize our next retiree.
Melissa Porches, if you can please come up. So Melissa hired me more than 5 years ago. And I just wanted to say how thankful I am of the opportunity that she gave me. She has been my biggest mentor, my biggest supporter. And I appreciate all her help. I wish her many blessings in retirement. It's well deserved. She has many years. You all know you've worked with her for over 20 years. So she's had many years of successful service here with the district. And thank you for making me part of the team.
Before Melissa says any words, you're not gonna say words. Perfect, done. We had a little luncheon last week as part of our office, and so she was given her clock then, but we still want you to get some flowers and enjoy them, okay? Thank you so much for accepting me into your family, Melissa. To go with Mr. Munoz so he can recognize a couple of retirees from his school.
So good evening, board members, Mr. Duron, Ms. A, audience. I would like to start by saying that it's my privilege, my honor to recognize two amazing, beautiful, caring, dedicated educators. And before I call them up, I'd like to just read a poem. It says, "In the world of knowledge, you light our way, guiding us through each and every day. Your tireless effort have made us grow. Thank you for all the love and support you show. With every word and every smile, you make our learning journey worthwhile. Thank you so much, teachers, for all you do. Your guidance, our dreams, we can pursue. You shape our minds with love and care, making loving an adventure beyond compare. Your unwavering commitment to our education has laid a crucial foundation. Your impact reaches far, far and beyond. We share a loving bond. So a very happy retirement day. Thank you for shaping our way. We appreciate you with a grateful heart. You are our role model from the very start." Congratulations, Ms. Nuno and Mr. Sepulveda. You guys come up, please. I'd like to say that both of them have 42 years of education that they have dedicated to students and shaping lives. So congratulations.
Oh my God. This is very hard for me. My heart has been always on teaching, especially with my little ones, my kindergarteners. I know that I'm gonna miss them a lot, as well as my coworkers, my principal, who's been very, very nice to me, very nice person, very understanding, and very good role model for us too. And for all of you, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to serve my little ones that I'm gonna keep in my heart all my life.
I was going to be shorter than that one. Well, thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to make us special in our day. We have the privilege to work in the school district. It was amazing. I worked for several school districts. Believe me, some people mention that you're in the best one, but this one really is the best one. You feel that God's support always open for us as educators, and they help us to grow as a person, human being, and as a professional teachers. So thank you very much.
Up next, we have Ms. Mayoral present. If she can come forward, please. SMS, where she has been, please give her a round of applause. Let me give you a hug first. SMS had an away game, and of course, the administrators are on their way to try to make it and say a few words, but we understand just the sacrifice that you've done for the past 5 years as an IA. We all know the work that goes around supporting the teachers, supporting the students. I can honestly tell you, principals, teachers, super mega depend on people like you to make our schools run the way they do. So congratulations for serving us and for now, spending an amazing time with your family as a retiree. Muchas felicidades. Then I have Ms. Garza present. Thank you for being here, Ms. Garza. Perfecto.
Oh, Ms. Castro got here in time. Okay. Ms. Mayoral, I just want to say thank you so much for everything you do. You have been amazing with our exceptional students. You started back at SMS. I know you've been employed with us 5 years, but you were a substitute for 20 years at SMS before we pulled you in to hire you in the ESS department. And I'm going to miss you so much. The kids are going to miss you so much. I don't know if we're going to be able to replace you. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Good afternoon, everyone. I apologize for being late. I'm just coming from a game in Crane. Ms. Mayoral, what can I do to keep you next year? Please, Ms. Mayoral, we are going to miss you so much. You have done so many for our school, and the kids love you, we love you, and I just want to say thank you so much for everything that you do for our kiddos. You love them, we love you, and are you sure she cannot? Okay. Thank you, Ms. Mayoral.
I just want to thank Ms. Garza, Mr. Moreno, Ms. Middleton. They gave me the opportunity. I was a long-term sub for them for more than 10 years. I love my kids. I love teaching, reading, and writing. And thank you for the opportunity.
I wasn't going to do it, but I'm going to. Because it's, I wasn't going to sleep good today, so. Ms. Mayo, test 1, 2, there we go. Ms. Mayoral, I just want to tell you, because we kind of came on board to SMS around the same time. And once I knew you were like family because your brother wrestled, then I knew that we automatically had a connection. So one thing that I would tell Ms. Garza and Ms. Middleton, and told myself, that in my learning experiences as an administrator at Somerton Middle School, going through the ups and the downs, I could always go to you and talk to you, gauge how the school was. You'd give me a good hug, and we'd move on. And I knew I could always go count on you to have a conversation about how the school was, a conversation about your family, a conversation about wrestling. And you always settled me down, and you were that kind of like anchor that would keep it real when we were making decisions. And I still remember every year, we haven't hired a teacher right now because we got Mayoral right here. She's waiting because we know that you would just be right at the front door and you'd get your class ready in a day, right? We'd be like at HR, hey, can we get her for, no, you only get one day, Mayoral, one day. And you would had that classroom ready for kids every single time. And we were always so impressed by your ability to adapt, whether it was ELA, writing, science, you didn't even care about that. It's just the fact that you stepped in and you worked that. So you meant a lot to me as I was going through the middle school and my learning experiences. I knew that I would always be able to count on you for a pat on the back, a conversation of keeping it real and a connection. So I do appreciate everything that I learned from you and the experiences we shared. So thank you so much for that.
For the retirees, you are welcome to stay, but you can also demand to be taken to dinner if that's what you want to do. You are not going to hurt our feelings. So congratulations to everyone. You will be greatly missed, but thank you so much.
Take her to a good place.
There is a box in the back for your clock if you want to take it. For their clock.
Mr. Duran, we're missing Connie Duarte, right?
Yes, she couldn't make it today. Yeah.
Thank you. We're going to move on to 2.2, District Folkloric Group. Ms. Lopez?
Yes, we have Ms. Lopez.
Hello. Can you hear me? Or no? ¿Se puede? Sí? All right. A few minutes ago when I arrived, I was talking to Ms. Lidia Rodriguez, and she mentioned, are you nervous, excited? And I said that more than nervous, I was very excited to be here in front of well-prepared people, and I feel very honored of what I just see with the retirees. I wanted to congratulate them, but they are there. But congratulations to everyone who's retiring. It was very emotional to see their what they have go through, and I don't want to see that I see myself in that point, ¿verdad? But I feel like very, I don't know, it felt very emotional, very, very nice to my heart. And just to add up to good things and successful things, today I'm here as, let me introduce myself. I am Ms. Lopez, and I am the TDS music teacher, and I'm also very proud to say that I'm the coordinator of the folkloric dance program at the district. And we recently did something that changed our position within the group that I would love to share with you, which was a complete success. 2 years ago, I had the chance to go to the Tucson International Mariachi Conference just as a student, right? And I was dreaming about taking a group of kids to that place, but I didn't know it was going to be that quick, but it was, and we made it possible because of the great team that we have. So if we could please move to the next slide. Okay. So to take 30 students that just started back in August, it was kind of challenging, but at the same time, I knew that they were capable of moving to the next level, like taking more professional classes and and the fact that they will travel and see professional teachers on different areas. It was very exciting, but it required a lot of preparation. Starting with the fact that we needed to see transportation because we were going to Tucson and staying there for 3 nights. So I want to give a special thanks to the Somerton School District because of their support. Ms. Rodriguez, Mr. Duron, Ms. A, it was all possible because of you and your guidance. We were able to have our transportation and our registration out of Title IV, so I'm very thankful for your support. We have a great booster club that is very committed to our kids, and all the parents are very committed to do fundraising, which we did. We did a lot of fundraising, and Booster Club paid for the meals and the luggage and all of the snacks. And I also want to thank Mr. Cano because thanks to food services, we got a lot of snacks and 2 volunteers. So we were like all of the needs of our students were completed because of the help of everyone. I would love to thank our principals because of your flexibility and also your guidance. And more specifically, I want to give a big shout out to Mrs. Felix because Mrs. Felix helped us as a great mentor for this trip. I started as a teacher 3 years ago, and I'm building my experience, but I've never had the experience to take students to a trip. And thanks to Mrs. Felix, we were able to make sure that we were like checking everything that we needed to do to make sure that our students were safe, that our students' needs were completed, and all of those things. This obviously required a lot of help with the parents. We had multiple parent and student meetings to talk about expectations and the things that we would have to do. And we had to had a conversation with our students, right? Because we were gonna stay there for 3 days. There was no coming back once we were there. And we were gonna be like fully dancing from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. with minimum breaks. So it requires a lot of physical commitment from them, and they were very, very excited. Some of them just said that they were kind of nervous like the 2 days before the trip, but they were more excited to go, so they went and they had a great experience. And now with chaperones, we picked 5 chaperones because we took around 26 students, so we were thinking about 5 to 6 students per chaperone. And I want to say that I was very, very thankful with them, especially with Ms. Navarrete, which is our president from the Booster Club, and Ms. Serrano, which is our treasurer. We never needed like something or that we were missing something because they knew exactly what to do, and every chaperone knew exactly what to do. We make sure at all times that our students were safe and that they were happy, and I think that was a complete success just because everybody knew exactly what to do and the commitment from everyone. It was all possible because of the teamwork. That's what I want to say. Now, moving up to the next slide, we have our experience. For most of the students, they've never gone somewhere without their parents, so it was challenging at first. As I'm saying, like some of them were nervous, but as we went, everything started to change for them. And our main goal in the beginning was just to give them the opportunity to dance from professional dancers and get professional dance skills and culture, etc. However, when we get there, we realized that we were developing more skills that we didn't expect that happened, but did happen. One of them was their teamwork. During the mornings, just sharing one quick thing, during the mornings we had to do their hair, right? Because we were wearing buns and they had to look professional. On the first day, we as chaperones and we were helping the kids, but on the third day, they were all doing it by themselves. Like the middle school girls were helping the little ones, and then the little ones were helping the other little ones. And it was all very, very sweet because we learned that we were creating a community, like a sisterhood, brotherhood between our students. Now, moving to the next slide. During the conferences, they had the chance to go to mariachi concerts, The first picture we see Mr. Quintero. We also had the opportunity to take some teachers that are part of our folkloric instructors, and Mr. Quintero as the SMS music teacher and also the band director. Students, as I'm saying, they were dancing from 8 in the morning to 4:30, so it was very, very difficult for some of them on the first day. But on the second day, they get along, and on the third day, they were already doing whatever they were expected to do. But you can see that they were all excited every time. And we have 3 levels. I want to say that like 40% of our kids were on level 1, and they were performing Baja California Norte. Now, in this part, I want to say that there was just one change that we had to do during our trip. Something unexpected happened, and it's that on the last day, there was a performance on stage that will happen around 1 o'clock, but we were leaving at 11. So we had to speak to transportation to change the time because we wanted to make sure that our students had the chance to participate on stage. Some of them were very nervous, but once they did the rehearsal, I had one student that it's in the corner right there, the little one. She was very, very excited, and I think that I'm never gonna forget what she said to me. She got out of the stage and she said, "Miss Lopez, that was so amazing. Can we do it again?" Like she was, but she was almost like crying of happiness. And it's the fact that we gave them the opportunity to perform, and the lights, the scenario, they were feeling everything, right? We had our boys right there on level 1, and they were all very, very excited. So now moving to the next slide. We have our students for level 2, which was most of our students. They were learning about Veracruz estilo fandango, and they were also very, very excited. They got to wear their rebozos, they perform, and they were all looking very, very professional. I'm very proud of them. And then on level 3, which was the hardest level for students that are minors, we only had 2 students, but I'm very proud to say that they were one of the best. They were doing such a great job, and I realized that I didn't make a mistake by putting them on level 3. At first I was like, should I not? Because I don't want to put so much pressure on them. But once I saw them on stage, I realized that I made the correct choice, like by hiring my expectations, which they met. And now on the next slide, we see our students thriving during this convention. They looking very, very professional. This was a great trip for them, and I realized that we are ready to do more things. Like, parents were super excited, and I was telling our principals that everything was a success. We had no incidents, and parents started to be like to dream more and to dream bigger about things that we can do for next year, and maybe why not, we can travel more or we can do more fundraising, etc. But they are very committed, and I'm just very grateful to be part of this project. That at the beginning we were thinking about the possible outcomes that we would have, right, if it was going to work or not, and now I can proudly say that it's working, and it's working very, very well. Our students are very excited. Today we had a showcase at SMS, and I was telling Mrs. Felix that our students that were in the audience were going crazy for students that were performing, and our performers were feeling like artists. Like they were really feeling like artists. The band did a great job, and the folkloric dance team did a beautiful job too. Now moving to the next slide. We have an upcoming event this Thursday, which is the Mother's Day concert, featuring the Somerton School District Folkloric Dance Team and the marching band. And we want to invite everyone in our community to this event, especially to our moms from those programs. The entrance will be $2, and that fundraise that we do is going to help us to our folkloric dance team and to the marching band. And also ESS Booster Club will be participating. So if you could go and be there and support us, we will be very, very happy to welcome you in. And then for this summer, For this summer, we are having a summer dance academy starting on June 1st to June 12th, and we're welcoming every third grade, like now third grade classes to seventh grade, which the next year will be fourth and eighth grade. Yes. Those students are welcome to join us to the Summer Dance Academy. We're gonna have 4 teachers, which are gonna be teaching 4 different regions of Mexico, and all students are gonna be rotating, so they get to learn everything. We're gonna have state of Chihuahua, Sinaloa, Sonora, and Nayarit. It's gonna be very, very exciting. And yes, we have shared that information with our principals and with the secretaries, and now the students know because of the showcase. And yes, I think that's it.
Thank you, Somerton School District!
That was our last day, the performance day. You can see that every girl is wearing their leotard. Everyone is wearing their black attire, looking very, very professional. And you should have seen them. They were the cutest kids and yet the most professional and disciplined kids that I've ever seen. So I'm very proud of them and the outcome that we have had thanks to the hard work and the support from everyone. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Lopez. It takes a lot of commitment. As I shared before at our celebration at SMS, being a past dancer of Ballet Folklorico, even you can't tell, but I was, for over 12, 15 years. And so it was an amazing experience. And even if I listen to the music now, I know exactly how the steps go and the discipline it takes. So thank you so much for what you do. Any comments?
I would like Miss to prove it, please.
No.
Cue the music.
I have pictures. I have pictures.
I'll join you.
I have a comment. When I first got here as a board member, I saw the transformation from when Mr. Duron came in until now. The passion that Ms. Lopez has, I can hear it in your voice, and in the discipline that those young girls have, and the guys who have all that participation. When I saw that showcase at SVS, it was amazing to see, because it does take a lot of work, and not be afraid. And thank you, Mr. Duron, for not being afraid of and bringing these performances into the district, because that's going to keep the kids out of trouble. It's going to motivate them in their academics. So the fact that you're impulsing performing arts, it's going to take the district to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to move on. 2.3, comments from the audience. Do you have any? Okay. Thank you. We have Jay Baltierra.
Three.
Okay. And the topic will be about the Esperanza Center.
Good evening, everybody. Somerton School Board District and everybody in attendance. I'm just humbled and grateful to see how the retirees and the wonderful job with the Ballet Folklorico and all the teachers present. I mean, it's just encouraging to be here, and I'm just honored to share what I have to share, but honored to be here because it's just amazing and encouraging. So just wanted to touch base on a few things. My name is Jay Baltiera, and I represent the Esperanza Center. I'm not sure if everybody is familiar with the Esperanza Center. The last time I addressed the board was at the tribal council meeting, and we're in the process of getting our nonprofit number. Thankfully, we got a nonprofit number, so we're excited. So we're starting to get ready to start getting all the money to start building. Is everybody familiar with the Esperanza Center? Kind of, sort of? Okay.
Sort of.
So
You can jump a little
yes,
bit.
I'll do a recap. I do have a few papers, too, if I could just, I should have brought more, I'm sorry.
You can do one. Thank you, sir.
Sorry for this. I should have printed out more.
That's fine. We can share. That's okay.
Yeah, I got one. Okay. So the Esperanza Center is going to be a multi-purpose rec center complete with education, recreation, and teaching the kids a trade. So in the event of that, we're trying to help both adults, well, you know, the parents and the kids to find a successful avenue in their life, as well as, you know, be helping the parents do like, you know, certain curriculum that's going to help them to be productive parents and be able to assist their children in the everyday life, because sometimes that could be a struggle too. So the age limit that we're going to be going is 8th grade to 12th grade, and it's going to be on the Esperanza Park. That's why we're calling it the Esperanza Center. It's going to be a multi-purpose rec center, like I mentioned, complete with education, recreation, and teaching the kids a trade. And it's going to be a wonderful thing. It's going to be like ping pong, pool tables, foosball when they first come in, a little area like a cooking place where they can learn how to do foods A and B. And then for the youth that are struggling in school, not, you know, I'm sorry, teachers, but the children that aren't really able to make it and function in a traditional type of school setting, there's going to be like a K-12, you know, kind of opportunity for them where they could still further their education. And then the top floor is going to be like teaching them the trades. There's going to be construction. It's going to be electrical, plumbing, tile work, and many other different, you know, apprenticeship works that they could do to learn the trade. And then what else? It's going to be like a little multi-purpose rec center, of course, like I mentioned. And then on the Esperanza Park, there's a baseball field, the soccer field, and then the basketball. So we're looking to get all that going. The project should take about 2.5 to build, so, you know, hopefully by the grace of God, we can get that money. But we're in the process of raising that funds right now. And I just wanted to give a quick recap of where we're at right now. So we did get our nonprofit number. And also, the center is just going to be a wonderful thing. It's going to be an avenue that's going to be, oh, my time's up. Sorry. So I'll make it just in closing. So we're in the process of, like I mentioned, getting the the funds to build. That's going to take quite a bit of money, but, you know, we know it's possible. We have a wonderful board who's you know, helping making this happen. We are a nonprofit number if anyone wants to donate. Just kidding. So very quick and ending. I just wanted to give a presentation as to where we're at right now. You know, thankfully we do got the nonprofit number. We're going forward, and I also wanted to ask, the board wants to ask if the Somerton School Board District would be willing to donate the land to the Esperanza Center, if that's something that, you know, you guys would be interested in doing. If not, that's totally fine. But and we're grateful that you guys are allowing us to build on there. But just some food for thought. If you guys wanted to do that, that would be awesome. And, you know, and if not, that's fine too. But just wanted to bring that to you guys' attention to see what you guys' thoughts are on that. And yeah, in a nutshell, that's just it. Thank you for this time. You know, I'm grateful for this. Sorry I went over, but just want to let everybody know where we're at, and just grateful for this partnership and a little food for thought. Just if you guys wanted to get the park off your hands, we're a nonprofit organization now where you feel free to donate to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to continue on with 3.1, report from Mr. Duran.
Good evening again. Just some reminders, and a lot of these reminders are events, great events that are closing off our school year. Of course, promotions are coming up. I think they started already, but promotions are coming up. I know tomorrow there's one, Friday there's another one, and then next week is full of promotions. So I would invite you to, you know, contact Mary if you would be able to attend to some of these. I want to, again, my report is about events, and more than anything is to really acknowledge that we don't stop. And it really is due to the amazing work of everyone who's sitting here. This team does not stop, and it's always working towards making sure that our district and our community shines. And so I invite you to please follow our Facebook pages for all the events that are happening, that are showcasing just the amazing things that our students are doing, that our teachers are doing, and continue to push that. Share those posts for us as well if you can. We do have our last coffee with the superintendent this coming Thursday at 10 a.m. at ELC, and we're really happy because we'll get a chance to be at the promotion earlier, and then we're going to jump into the coffee with the superintendent. During this coffee with the superintendent, I have invited everyone who's involved in coordinating the summer program so that we're able to share more information about all the different summer programs that we will be implementing this coming summer. We met a couple of weeks ago, those of us who are coordinating the summer program, and I'm going to put Mr. Velasco on the spot. He's like, this is the first year that we've had all these programs happening at the same time, and we're like, yes. And that's really good because we're trying to capture all the students that we are able to capture in our community. So that's great. That's something great that we're doing. And so if you can make it to the coffee with the superintendent, you're invited. And as you know, board members, we will be having our board retreat on Saturday, June 6th, starting at 9. I've already recruited a couple of principals, and I'm really grateful for you guys' support. And if you still feel that you're open principals that day and you still want to join us, by all means, please do. All right? It'll be a great experience. With that said, that's it for me, and unless you have any questions.
Questions? Thank you, Ms. Ulan. Let's move on with Ms. A.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to report the Somerton showcase that we had at Sun Valley on the 27th was really outstanding. And I just want to give a shout out to all the principals, everyone, all the directors who were there. You did an amazing job, and it wouldn't have happened without you. Mr. Munoz and the maintenance team and everyone got together to plan everything. And it just turned out really nice. We learned some things that we'll do better next time, but it was outstanding. And thank you, board members who came that night too to support and see what happened. Our folkloric dancers danced. They made the night fun, got everyone else out there dancing as well. Our band really performed, and we had a little splash in the community. We've heard a lot of good and positive things. And we've also had over 10 different registrations so far, so they're starting to slowly come in. And so we're excited about that. And, you know, the team, we had gone out and walked the neighborhoods. We hit about 760 homes with our little flyers and postcards and things to let them know SVS is there, and Orange Grove and Somerton. So great job. So I just want to thank everybody because it wouldn't have happened without you. So good job. And you're going to see a lot more social media. Well, you probably already have seen. We've had a lot more videos, a lot more things. We're trying to get as good as Mr. Munoz, the TikTok principal. And
We have our own.
he's got it down. So we're working on, you know, really highlighting all of those amazing things. I think that so much hard work goes sometimes under the radar, and we're really trying to make sure we celebrate everyone because it's just undying, the hard work that is done and the persistence and grit that we have in our district. So that's all I have. If you have a question?
Questions, comments, concerns? Thank you. We're going to move on to 4.1, board member reports. We're going to start with Ms. Arena.
Good evening. I had the pleasure of joining the showcase at SVS. There was a lot of parents, and having these events in San Luis is very powerful because, like I said, some of my constituents do say that there's a disconnect between the district and the school. So having those events really played a big role. Like I said, the Folklorico was amazing. I was also able to secure some donations for teacher appreciation for SVS, and thank Ms. Nieves Raidel for the donations to Bravi Soto and Palm Desert Construction for the catering they did at SVS. So thank you.
That's great. Thank you. Ms. Arena.
Hello, everybody. I had the privilege of attending the Teacher of the Year banquet a couple of weeks ago. It was pretty inspiring to be surrounded by all those teachers and educators. You all deserve recognition, so that was a really nice night, and I was honored to be there as a board member, so it was really neat. I finally got to go to one of the Somerton Thriving Achievers. I knew about it, and I would see pictures, but Ms. Clark would always be like, you need to come, but I just could never. So I made an effort to go this last one in May, and I loved it, even though Mr. Munoz made us speak. I was okay with that. So it was nice to see, like, from the little tiny ones to the older lady who was so excited to get her award. I'm like, it was the cutest thing ever. You never stop learning, so. The stage, everything was decorated gorgeously. If you guys haven't seen pictures, you need to check it out. So thank you, Mr. Munoz. That was amazing to watch. And then last minute realization that I ended up helping at the Teacher of the Year breakfast at TDS last Friday, 6 in the morning. It was fun.
I got to rearrange furniture, put up balloons, and make eggs in a disco. I've never done that before. That was fun. So it was just neat to watch the teachers enjoy each other's company, and then watch all the little ones walk by and be like, just waving at everybody. So it was fun to be in the school setting. So thank you, Ms. Felix and Ms. Sullivan, for allowing me to go. And that's it for me.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Man, Somerton School District sure keeps me busy. especially
Thank
this
you so
year.
much, Ms. Clark.
I have made a very conscious effort to be wherever I'm invited.
Yes.
And I love to see the pride that each site takes in decorating for Thriving Achievers, for the presentations that everyone gives. I was able to attend the showcase for a little bit. Our local teacher of the year, I saw the folkloric dancers. They looked amazing. My two little neighbors that they always run up to me, Christina, you want to buy a ticket? And, you know, I'm always in support of them for sure. And they looked so gorgeously darling. Also attended the Yuma County Teacher of the Year. It's always great to see, you know, old faces. I've been in school, you know, environment for over 24 years. So, you know, you meet a lot of people, you see a lot of faces, and it's always great to see those faces. Thriving Achievers, the last one, I think I only missed 1 or 2 this year, so
Really good.
I'm gonna try my best to make them all. I think I let Mary know I'm gonna try my best to make all the 6th grade graduations, so bear with me. I have you all in my calendar, okay? And it's a busy calendar, so I will do my very best, but thank you for all your efforts. The top 20, that was a great event, super nicely decorated. I loved how the former principals of these 8th graders
Amazing.
presented their own students. That little detail made such a big difference. Thank you all for being there, for continuing to support these kids, because, man, the sky's the limit for them. So thank you all for such a wonderful school year. I did see all of the Teacher of the Year, Teacher appreciation things that you did. It's something that should happen all the time, but unfortunately it can't. But you know what? You guys did an amazing job celebrating your teachers, and for that, I'm very thankful from the bottom of my heart to each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and I can't beat that, but I do have a few notes here. I too attended the Teacher of the Year banquet. It's been quite a few years that I had been there, and it was more of a personal note as well. My nephew was selected by his peers from Hilo Ridge to be the new Teacher of the Year, and I know you don't know my nephew, but growing up he was a very shy child. Never spoke, never when he was growing up, and I have to tell you about it because it's so important how an impact of a teacher makes, right? I don't get emotional. He as he grew up, he always had to have a buddy with him, and that buddy had to speak for him. And just to see him be nominated was amazing. And my sister, because not here, she passed away 5 years ago. It was very emotional. But with that said, you know, our teachers here, everybody should be a Teacher of the Year. And in my book, you are Teachers of the Year and of the century of the world. And thank you. Thank you for all that you do. It's not easy. I know I was here. I know what it is. And I dedicated 10 years of my life as a teacher and was nominated twice. And it's just a beautiful feeling to know that you have your colleagues that respect you and look up to you, and that you also look up and use them as a guide. So thank you, principals. I saw all the, I wasn't able to attend your celebrations for your teachers, but dang, you know, that's wonderful, and I missed it. You know, I texted my old principal, and I'm like, hey, it's it's Teacher Week. What are you gonna get me? And you know, we still have that great communication. I have that great communication with her, and it's that love and that connection that maintained as I left the teaching profession to go into administration. But I'm really hopeful, and I know and I'm confident that you have also made that impact to your teachers. So thank you for all that you do, principals as well. I, again, didn't make the showcase, but I did hear really, really good things. I was at a meeting here at the city, and I was on Facebook trying to find it and see what you guys were doing, And I was talking to a couple of parents that were there, and they loved it. They thought it was a really great idea, and it is a great idea, so hopefully we continue to do it again. Let's see here. This is our last meeting of the school year. I think in my eyes, it went by fast. I don't know about you, if you think it went by fast, but I think it did. And I'm very confident that what we're going to see after we get all the reports back and then the data, it's going to be amazing. And it's because of you. Thank you for everything that you do. Promotions, so difficult for me to attend the morning ones. I am going to make the best effort to make the evening ones, and I know it's Orange Grove and TDS are the only ones that have it in the evening. So they're on my calendar, and I will try my best. I know TDS conflicts with my other meeting, but I will be there and probably have to hide and leave out early, but we'll see how it goes. And also SMS, this is going to be my first time in 13, 14 years that I'm going to miss it. My nephew is graduating from high school in Tucson, and so we are his only family. So we are all leaving to Tucson. My mom, we're going to put her in her wheelchair and in the car, and we're going to drive off to Tucson and be present at my nephew's high school graduation, and he's going to the U of A. And so we're very proud of him. Thank you with that. Again, I wish you a happy, safe summer. And if you want to come during our meetings in June and July, you're more than welcome. You know when they're held. With that said, let's continue on with our consent agenda. Any comments, questions, concerns on the consent agenda? Since there are no comments, questions, or concerns, do I have a motion?
So,
Mary, go ahead.
We would like for you to recuse yourself.
Yeah,
You-
I'm
you
gonna
who?
recuse myself.
Gotcha.
So can you state that on the record, please? Because you said you, and so there's four of us.
The recommendation is for Ms. Arreola to recuse
I'm
herself
gonna
from
recuse
an item on the consent agenda.
Okay, great. So with that noted on the record, we still have a quorum because there's three of us, and so Mrs. Anaya made a motion to approve the consent agenda as stated.
Second.
And was second by Ms. Clark. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anybody opposes? Motion carries. And let's move on. Let's go to the action items in 6.1. Approval of revised fiscal year 25-26 budget.
That's Laura.
Hi, good evening. So this is the first and final revision of the FY26 budget. Okay, so if we look at the numbers that we adopted back in June, those are your M&O and your district additional assistance, which is our capital. And our revision that we are going to be submitting is on the right side. The next slide, please. So the difference in the adopted and the revised, first of all, there was a 2% inflation increase that was approved by the state. Is this the right one? I think you missed one, Tony. Yes, that one, right there. Thank you. So there was a 2% increase to M&O that was approved by the state legislature. So the new base support level for this year was $5,113.26 per ADM. There was no increase to capital, but we did get one-time funding of $69,773. The amount for capital remains at $549.45 per previous year ADM. Any questions so far? So again, these are the numbers. These are our adopted ADM numbers. Those are the revised ADM numbers. And some of the things that also went into those revised numbers was the FY25 carry forward. That increased, again, when we adopt in June, we don't have the final numbers because we still have the whole encumbrance period. We still have June We still have July and August to pay things and post any revenue that we have coming in. And so that brings us with our carry forward. So we carry forwarded 1,693,000, and that is roughly 7.2% of our FY25 budget. And so we like to keep it, the recommendation is 4%, but we do like to keep it a little higher than that. Any questions? Okay, so for the district additional assistance, the difference was just the one-time funding, and then also the budget carry forward, and then our interest. We do earn interest for our capital funding, and so that all goes into our budget. We get the budget capacity for that. And so that brought us up to the 3 million. And then just to review our taxes, our primary assessed value from FY25 to FY26, and then our primary tax rate from FY25 to FY26. Any questions? And then this is what our primary tax breakdown comes to. So the equalization is the 1.56, and then we have our TRCL and our adjacent ways, and that gave us the 1.7142 for our total tax rate for FY26. And that's it. Any questions?
Any questions?
No.
I need a motion to approve the revised fiscal year 25-26 budget.
So moved.
Motion was made by Mrs. Clark,
Second.
second by Mrs. Anaya. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anybody opposes? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. 6.2, consider, discuss, or amend if desired, to adopt a resolution ordering a call for special bond election to be held in and for the district and authorizing the superintendent to comply with certain sections of the Internal Revenue Code.
Included in tonight's agenda is the proposed bond resolution that was presented and reviewed in detail with the board during our March 23rd work study session. The proposed bond would support district needs related to new construction, technology upgrades, maintenance projects, transportation, and school safety improvements. Since the time board members have had the opportunity to review the supporting documents and information provided, our bond attorney is also present via telephone this evening to address any questions or provide clarification as needed. We do have Ken from Stifel Public Finance available. At this time, I'm requesting board consideration and possible approval of the $20 million bond resolution.
Does anybody have any questions? Mr. Duron, I have a question. So have you, or are you required to form a committee?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a committee?
Not yet. So we needed to have this meeting,
Okay.
and if the bond is a consideration, then we move forward in creating that PAC.
Okay. And how many members do you need in the committee?
It's not specified. They do need to have a board per se that runs it, because I do have to step away from the process. The last time we had it a couple of years ago, it was about 10 individuals who were supporting.
Okay, great. And it's very important that we understand that the 20 million is very little, but it is a start, and our community is growing. Our district is growing, not just our community, because we embrace two communities, but the district is growing, and we need to provide this for our students and the families, and so I think this is a good thing to do, in my opinion, but I do need the board's recommendation or vote, nomination, motion.
Make a motion to adopt a resolution ordering and calling a special bond election.
Motion was made by Ms. Clark,
Second.
second by Mrs. Anaya. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Nay.
Anybody opposes? One nay. Mary, okay?
Yes.
Thank you, motion carries. 6.3, approval to offer notice of appointment for fiscal year 26-27.
Ms. Delgadillo, if you may,
Sorry,
if I'm,
didn't-
no, can we have, Ken, thank you so much. You
Oh,
can
yes,
disconnect.
Thank you so much for your time. Have a great
Of
evening.
course, it was a pleasure listening in.
Thank you.
Look forward to working with you guys in the future.
Thank you.
Have a nice night.
Same to you. 6.3, approval to offer notice of appointment for fiscal year 26-27.
The recommendation is to approve the notice of appointments as presented.
And these are the people that we definitely need. Need a motion, please? Motion was made by Mrs. Anaya,
Second?
second by Ms. Clark. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anybody opposes? Motion carries. 6.4, approval to offer contracts to certified staff for fiscal year 25-26.
There was a typo there. Sorry, the recommendation is to approve, to offer contracts to certified staff for the fiscal year 26-27.
26-27, Ms. Thank you for the clarification. I need a motion for, to offer contracts to certified staff.
So moved.
A motion was made by Ms. Clark,
Second.
second by Mrs. Anaya. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anybody opposes? Motion carries. We also need them too. 6.5, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve or deny the release of a teacher of a contract for fiscal year 26-27, effective May 22nd, 2026.
The recommended action is to approve the release of the teacher from contract FY 26-27. Resignation will be effective on May 22nd. You will find additional documentation in executive content.
Thank you. Need a motion, please?
Motion to approve the release of the teacher from contract fiscal year 26-27, resignation effective 5/22/26.
Thank you. A motion was made by Ms. Clark,
Second.
second by Ms. Anaya. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anybody opposes? Motion carries. 6.6, discussion and possible action to waive or fine 1% to teacher for release fiscal year 26-27 contract, and this is related to the 6.5.
The recommended action is to fine the 1% of the teacher's FY 26-27 contract, which adheres to policy.
Thank you. Need a motion?
Motion to fine the 1% of the teacher's FY 26-27 contract.
Yes. A motion was made by Ms. Clark to fine 1%.
Second.
Second by Mrs. Anaya. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anybody opposes? Motion carries. 6.7, discussion and possible action to approve or deny the release of teacher from, is this the same one? No. Fiscal year 25-26, effective May 8.
The recommended action is to approve the release of the teacher from the contract. Resignation will be effective May 8th, 2026.
So it was already passed, so I need a motion.
So moved.
Motion was made by Mrs. Clark,
Second.
second by Mrs. Anaya. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anybody opposes? Motion carries. 6.8, discussion and possible action to waive or fine 1% to teacher of release of contract for fiscal year 25-26, which is related to the 6.7
That's correct.
item.
The recommendation is to fine the 1% of the teacher FY 26-27 contract.
Thank you.
Make a motion to fine the 1% of the teacher's FY 26-27 contract.
Motion was,
Sorry, 25-26 contract.
Yes.
motion was made by Ms. Clark,
Second.
second by Mrs. Anaya. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anybody opposed? Motion carries. 6.9, discussion and possible action to approve the governing board members' 2026 political agenda to submit their top 5 priorities to the Arizona School Board Legislation Committee for consideration, which is due Friday. Oh my gosh, Mary. And I wrote them down and it's on top of my desk. But
They're due on Friday, so.
they're due on Friday. Can I, yeah, well, we can discuss them now if you like. Go ahead.
I chose to fully fund the full-day kindergarten under the first tab, the adequately first tab. And then I also to fully fund preschool programs. I mean, I don't know if anybody else feels the same. Under the same category. I also, under the next category, chose to maintain exclusive local authority over any measure that would propose to consolidate, unify, or restructure school districts. And then under the improve opportunities and outcomes for all students, I chose to support legislation and access to funding that would allow school districts to offer school meals to all students free of charge. Those are my 4. I didn't choose a 5th.
That's fine.
Anybody else has any?
Does anybody else have any others that they would like to,
I like Christina's, the first 3. But then, well, actually all 4. I should have said it that way. All 4. But then on the first little area, student support staff dedicated to enhancing safe and effective learning environments.
Yes.
Ms. Arriola, do you have any?
I'll give you mine on Friday.
Yeah, I have mine too, and can I email them to you tomorrow?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah, I had them all nicely highlighted.
Nice and pretty.
Okay, let's move on. So we don't have to take an action on this because we're going to submit those to you, right, Mary?
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
7, any recommendations for the board for future agenda items? Please email it to our board president, Mr. Juan Castillo, and also to Mr. Duron and Mrs. A.
I have an announcement before we adjourn the meeting.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna read something. I usually say it out of my heart, but I didn't want to miss any of these points, so I'm gonna read this. It's an announcement, so pay close attention. Serving on this board was never about sitting quietly, occupying a seat, or agreeing with everything placed in front of us just to keep people comfortable. For too many years, this is exactly what happened. Decisions were made, voices stayed silent, and this district remained in survival mode instead of growth mode. I did not come here to be silent. I came here to advocate for teachers, students, staff, and this community, even when it was uncomfortable. Real leadership is not measured by how quiet you stayed. It's measured by the courage to ask hard questions, challenge complacency, and demand better for our schools. When Mr. Duron came into the district, we began to see movement and vision. Before his leadership, this district did not even have a grant writer. Today, we are talking about growth opportunities and pushing the district to the next level. That didn't happen by accident. I also want to recognize Ms. Algadillo for standing firm and advocating for teachers when it mattered. Standing your ground in leadership is not always easy, but it matters. As for me, I leave this position knowing I gave this district everything I had. I advocated for teachers not only when it came to salaries or recognition, but also when it came to the realities happening inside our schools every single day. I raised concerns about programs and initiatives that were creating overwhelming workloads, not just for teachers, but also supervisors and principals who were already stretched thin. I believed then, and I still believe now, that supporting education means listening to the people doing the work firsthand and having the courage to speak up when something is not sustainable. I fought for resources and opportunities for our students. I helped bring donations and support into this district. I pushed for projects that directly impacted our schools, including helping move forward the stage project at Sun Valley Elementary, a commitment I made to the PTO and school community because our students deserve spaces that make them feel seen, celebrated, and valued. This is not my farewell tonight. My final day as a board member will be the last day of the school year, but I leave knowing that one thing with certainty. I never sat on this board just to occupy space. I came to make an impact. And let me be clear about something. My decision to step down does not mean I stop believing in this district or stop advocating for Somerton and South County. I will always stand proud of the work we accomplished together and the students and families we serve. But my heart is also leading me towards another important project for my community. Conversations surrounding future redistricting and ensuring that San Luis families and students have proper representation and connections to their schools are deeply important to me. I believe those conversations will shape the future of our community for generations. When communities come together, listen to one another, and prioritize students and educators, real progress happens. But when concerns continue to go unheard, when collaboration becomes difficult, and when communities feel disconnected from decisions affecting their own students' schools, then people begin looking for other solutions. That is why I will be dedicating myself to supporting the conversation surrounding redistricting and bringing San Luis schools back to the community they serve. Because I intend to be actively involved in the work, remaining on this board will create a conflict of interest. I believe transparency matters, integrity matters, and serving ethically matters. I would rather step down honestly than remain in a position where my advocacy for my community could create division or question about my role. I live in San Luis. I know these families. I know these students. I know the pride our community has for its schools, and I know the responsibility that comes with speaking up for them. I walk away proud, not because I was agreeable, but because I was willing to speak, willing to push, and willing to fight for progress when it would have been easier to stay quiet. Whether people agreed with me or not, my voice was always rooted in what I believe was best for students, educators, and the community. Thank you for all your support, Somerton School District. I step down. This is my last board meeting. Thank you. That was my.
Thank you, Ms. Herrera. Surprise to me, and so I have no words at this moment, but we will be in contact. If there's nothing else, our next regular board meeting on Tuesday, June 9th, 5:30? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
No?
That's correct, but there is another proposed date because next month we have the proposed budget for FY27, and then we'll need 10 days after that to adopt. So if you guys are okay with June 23rd, that's the 10 days later. If not, then we can consider July 7th.
I think that's what we had agreed on, June 23rd, right?
23rd.
Perfect.
Okay.
Please note, June
Thank you.
23rd. With that said, it is 6:42, meeting's adjourned.